Dr.Ashwin Dobariya welcomes you to Programming in C video series. In this practical video, we will discuss a C program which takes any one single value as an input from users, and it will check whether that input value is alphabet or a number or a special symbols. So in this program, we have to just check whatever value entered by the user, whether it is letters or a numbers or a special symbol. So let's discuss about the definition first. So in this program, as I told you that we will input one single value, one single characters, and we have to check whether that character is alphabet or a number or a special symbol. For example, suppose your the input value is capital A, then the output should be like enter value is alphabet. Suppose the input value is 5, then the output should be a enter value is number. And suppose if any special symbols, then the enter value is a special symbol. So this type of output and input, if user provide this kind of input, then it should display the respective output. This kind of program we have to write. Now very important question that how we can write this program. So for that, let's we first think about the logic of this program. So in that program, first we require to input any one value, right? So suppose, and for that we require one variable. So variable is like a ch, and our input value is like capital A. So this is our input. So one thing is clear in this program, we require to input one value, and for that we required one variables. Now after that, once we input any value, then we have to think about the actual logic. Then how we can check the logic of that kind of programs. So here, whenever we want to verify whether it is alphabet or a number or a special symbol, at that time we have to think about the ASCII code. Now friends, what is the concept of ASCII code? So on a keyboard, you observe many letters, symbols and numbers, and in programming language, every character, every number, every special symbol is having its own unique code. A unique code means it's a unique number, and that unique code is known as a ASCII code. For example, the capital letter ASCII code start from 65. Here suppose the capital A ASCII code is 65. Then but obvious the capital B ASCII code is 66, then C 67, then D 68. So the last character capital Z, the ASCII code is 90. This is the fixed predefined ASCII code, right, in a programming language. So here whenever we input any characters internally, okay, actually we have entered in a character, but internally the compiler consider the appropriate ASCII code. Suppose if your input value is capital A, then internally it is considered as a 65. So it is something like that. In a classroom, you have your name, for example, like Ashwin, and every student is having a name and appropriate roll number. So similarly here, in a character, numbers and special symbols, every value is having one unique code, that is ASCII code. So this code you have to remember. For capital A, ASCII code start from 65 and up to the capital Z, the last ASCII code is 90. Similarly, small character ASCII code is little bit different from capital. Small a character ASCII code starting from 97. Similarly, small b 98, small c 99. Up to that, for small z, the ASCII code of small z is 122. So this is the range for capital character. This is the range for small character. Now the number itself is having ASCII code. So 0 number is having ASCII code 48. Similarly, 1 number is having ASCII code 49. Up to that, last digit 9 is having ASCII code 57. So we can say that the number value is having the ASCII code range from 48 to 57. Other than this, everything is considered as a special symbol. Even space is also having ASCII code, enter key is also having ASCII code, escape key is also having ASCII code. Every key, every character is having a unique code. But in our program, actually right now, as per the definition, we require to learn the ASCII code of capital letters, small letters and numbers. So let's we discuss how we can write the program of that. Now our logic is clear. We will input one characters, and after that we will check whether the ASCII code range is between this. If it is between these, then the input value is capital letter. Otherwise, if the range is between 97 to 122, then input value is small letters. And suppose the ASCII value range from 48 to 57, then it is the number. So how we can write that program? Let's we discuss first. Now, in this program, first we will input two header files, stdio.h, conio.h. Then in a main function, here we will input one value, and that value we will store in a character variable. So here only one variable we require to declare. Then after we will display one message, enter any character or a value, and that value we will store in a ch variable using scanf function. Here %c means we are input one character value, and after that we will check it. But before we will check this condition, let's I give a brief about how we can know the ASCII code of any character. So we know that, friends, here I have kept everything in a comment, so it will not execute. Now it is very simple program. Here we will input one character. Now friend, suppose if I want to display the input character, like input character is, and it is a character, then if you use the %c format specifier and the variable, and if I run this program, then it will display sorry, it will display the character which is enter. Suppose if I input capital A, then it display input character is capital A, because here we have displayed that value. Here we are taking input as a character. So if we input capital A, internally that ch is having a 65 value. Actually 65 is the ASCII code of the capital A, and if we display the same value using %c format specifier, then it display the same character. Now if I write the same statement like that, ASCII value, or you can say ASCII code is, and code is always in a number, and number if you want to print, then we have to use the format specifier %d, and the same variable will print over here. See here the difference is the input value we are displaying using %c, so it will display as it is. If we input capital A, it display only capital A. But here the same variables we are displaying using %d. Now let's see what happened over here. If I input capital A, it display input character in using %c capital A, but the ASCII code in form of %d, it's a 65. Similarly, if I input capital B, it displays 66. Similarly, suppose if capital Z, it display 90. Same small a, it's a 97, and suppose small z, it's again 122. Even suppose if I input for example 1, so we know that 1 is a number, but right now 1 is stored as a character, and internally when it's stored as a character, then internally it's stored its appropriate ASCII code. So number 1 ASCII code is 49. Now space is also having ASCII code. If I put a space, because space is considered as a character, and if I press enter, then 32 is the ASCII code of space, right? So in that way you can know the input character is this and the ASCII code is this. Now we know that if we use the same character variable using %c, then it display same character, but in form of %d it display in a ASCII code. So as I told you that actually we are storing the characters or a value in character format, but internally compiler consider the appropriate ASCII code. So now our job is very easy. Now we know that suppose if I input a capital A, then capital A will be stored into ch variable. Now internally ch is having the ASCII code of A. So here we have to just check the range. whatever value is input in CH, then what is the ASCII range over here? So suppose the first condition is how we can check the range. Then whenever we want to check the range of a value, then we will always use the logical operator, that is AND. So here CH is greater than or equal to 65 and CH is less than or equal to 90. It means if the ASCII code is greater than or equal to 65 and less than or equal to 90, it means in between or 65 or 90. It means this condition is true in case of alphabets. Or means it may be possible, suppose if someone input a small a, so small a ASCII code is not within this range, then again we have to check another range, and small alphabet range is 97 to 122. So here if this condition becomes true or this condition becomes true, it means either input value is capital or input value is small. If one of the condition becomes true, it means the enter value is alphabet. So the next output is printf, enter value is alphabet. But suppose the input value ASCII is not within this range, then again we will check the another condition in else part, else if. After that we will check the condition for number. So the number value ASCII range is CH is greater than or equal to 48 and CH is less than or equal to 57. If the ASCII range is between 48 to 57, it means input value is number. And suppose if any ASCII is other than this range, then else finally we'll say input value is a special symbol. So let's we just execute this, and first I remove this. Okay. Now if I run this, if I input capital A, then see input character is A, ASCII is 65 and enter value is alphabet, right? Similarly, if I input like a star, then star ASCII code is 42, enter value is special symbol. And if I input suppose number 5, then see the number 5 is also having ASCII code 53 and the enter value is number. If suppose if I want to add one more over here, whether the input value is a space or not, then again we will mention else if into bracket, if space ASCII code is 32, then you can mention if CH is equal to 32, then you can mention the message like enter value is space. So in that way we can add this. Else other than all this ASCII, we can say this is the special symbol. So in that way also we can write, if I run this program, if I press space and press enter, then it say enter value is a space. So in that way you can write the this kind of programs whether this value is alphabet, numbers or a special symbol. This is, friends, very easy logic. Now I am also explaining even the whatever code I have explained over here, the link of this source code file I have given in the description part of this video. So you can download this source code and you can do the practice at your home, in your laptop, in your desktop. Now suppose I am explaining one very easy method. Suppose you don't know about this number or ASCII code, then what to do? Right, sometime in exam you may forget about this range. Then how you can, so again see how we can do the same programs in very effective manner without ASCII code. Then let's I place in a comment first, and I copy and paste the entire source code again. Now here very easy, as I told you that when you input any character internally, it is a character also and it is ASCII code also. So if you use a %C, then it is a character, but if you use %D, it is a number. So suppose if you don't know about the ASCII code, then instead of the ASCII code you can mention the character constant also. So when you represent in single quotation that character, internally it represent the internally compiler consider it's a ASCII code. So we do not worry about that whether what is the ASCII code of capital A. You have to simply place single quotation capital A. So this will check internally the ASCII code. Similarly, if you don't know the capital Z ASCII, then you can simply mention capital Z in single quotation, Similarly, here in small a also you can mention, and here small z. And here we have one thing you have to remember, here we are mentioning character constant, and character constant always represent in a single quotation. Similarly, if you don't know the ASCII of number, you can simply mention the 0 ASCII code in single quotation and last digit 9 ASCII code in that. Even if you don't know the space ASCII code, then what you have to do, in single quotation you have to keep one space. That is very easy method over here. Simply you leave a space in between single quotation, and now if I execute the same program, right, and suppose if I input a capital P, then it say again the result will be, output will be same. See, capital, enter value is alphabet. Even in futures I will also explain how we can check whether input alphabet is capital or a small. But right now this is very basic program where we are just checking that whether input value is alphabet, number or space. Now if I input any small letter like a small a, then it gives a message enter value is alphabet. And suppose if I input a space over here, then also it will check. So this is the way we can write this program in a different algorithm, different logic. So this is the logic. It is very easy. We can directly place the characters in place of ASCII code, or if you remember and you know the ASCII code, you can use the same code also with the use of ASCII code. So I hope friends you understood the logic of these programs, and in this video description part I have mentioned the link of this source code, so you can do the practice also. Even I have also mentioned the link of other theory and practical video links for your reference. So please friends, like this video and share this video with your friends so they can also get the benefits, and also subscribe this video channel for getting the updates of upcoming videos. Now in next video we'll discuss another practical programs, that is a C program which takes any one character as an input and check whether that input character is capital letters or a small letter. So that we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you very much friends.